You can see how many times I've waffled back and forth about where to cut this and how to cut it. I've been trying to also keep in mind this area that's got to be repaired. My first thought was that I could take this piece that's going to get cut out, flip it around, and replace this rusted out area right here. I don't know if that's going to work out or not. Maybe, but that's not my priority. My priority is to get this tubbed about 2 inches, 1.75 to 2 inches, and make it look nice. And the hardest part is going to be widening this by 2 inches and making it, fingering it in, making it look correct. So here we go. This is the latest and greatest, this line up here. What it looks like on the underneath side. Pepper's loving it. That's what it looks like on the bed side or the top. So already I can see that this outer edge needs to be stretched and this inner edge needs to be shrunk. So we cut this here, this stays, this moves. This is way wider than it needs to be. So if I just kind of give a little margin up here, like a fourth of the overall. And this would lay down fine without stretching, but then this over here would need a whole lot of shrinking. So it's easier to stretch metal than it is to shrink it, really. You know what I think? First thing to do is get some shape, some curve in it this way before we start stretching or shrinking. And that's where I'm hoping the English wheel will help. Lots of crown to start with. I've never used an English wheel. This would be the first. Okay, that's only one pass. And that's actually pretty violent. Okay, yeah, first time using the English wheel. I did a lot of shrinking along this edge. You see the marks. And then I've been running it through the English wheel to kind of help planish out the shrinking marks and give it a little bit of curve this way. But anyway, I'm gonna put it up here on the fender. Pretty happy the way that's fitting. It's laying on there pretty good. Look at that. I had to do a lot of shrinking down in this area from here that way. And did a little bit of shrinking all along this edge just so it would tuck in so it was sticking out. But I'm liking that. Okay. It took about pretty much in its entirety. Instead of separating them, stick them out together. I didn't know they were going to be quite this close together, but there it is. Now all I got to do is move it inboard by this much. What did I already cut out? Lord, what have I done? Chopped my El Camino into pieces. So it looks from underneath. I managed to avoid damaging that body mount by mostly. I left a little bit of this brace. Apparently this cut across here was unnecessary. So I'm gonna clean up and deburr some of these edges on both parts, the wheelhouse and the body, and start fit checking. Well, it seemed like good on paper. After I worked so hard making this thing and it fitting so nice, moving that inboard now it doesn't really fit as nice. Okay, what just occurred to me is this needs to go down now to maintain the same contour that we had before. Okay, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to roll this in about about 3/4 of an inch in from the edge and try to roll that in a little bit, just enough where without creasing it. And then I'm gonna beat this from the other side and do the same thing. I'm more confident about this coming out where I want it to than rolling this in, because this would need to shrink a little bit. But so I probably won't be able to move this as far as I can move this. Yeah, it was never my intention to overlap, but to trim it to fit, and we'll see. I may end up overlapping it. I don't want to. I don't think I'll have to. You can see the mismatch right there. It's pretty bad. If you were to fill that way it is right now with a flat piece, it would look horrible. I got it shoved up in between the two layers, working on this bedside fender area, and I just been shove it up in there about probably it's more than I've been having it shoved up in there about 5/8 of an inch and just going along and rolling this edge over. You can't really tell, and that's what I want. I want you to be able to tell that I've been wailing on it. But see over here where I haven't done anything yet? That's kind of the way that looks. So that might be a before picture And this is more like after. I've just given it just a little bit of crown this way. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, that's better. I bet this will fit better too. I think it does. Alright, right now I've got it dropped down in there about 3/8 of an inch. Down that way. And that's helping my mismatch quite a bit. Plus I rolled this edge in. You can kind of see the line there where I gave it a little nudge. And then I stretched this out this way. So it's doing better. And then when I put my patch on, it's better. Of course, now the end's all messed up, so it's in a different place. I wonder who's responsible for this. There you are. Yeah. You. What do you got to say for yourself, huh? What do you got to say for yourself?